Good morning, children. Children, today we are going to study the chapter Air. What is air? And what is atmosphere? The air which surrounds the whole earth, it is known as atmosphere. And the thing which we need to breathe to survive is known as air. Now, the question arises, what all is there in the atmosphere? So children, atmosphere basically consists of two main gases, nitrogen and oxygen. And both the gases, they are very important in the life of the creatures. We inhale oxygen and we breathe out nitrogen. And this nitrogen is good for the plant life. Besides these two gases, there are some more gases present in the atmosphere like carbon dioxide, helium, etc. So today in this chapter we are going to cover these three topics. The name of the chapter is air. First we are going to study composition of the air, then structure of the air, and then weather and climate, and what all results when there is a change in the weather and there is a change in the climate. What is the outcome of these two things? That also we are going to cover through this chapter. So let's start with the explanation. So children, everyone is familiar with the word air, and it is the necessity of life. Why? Because we can't survive even a single second without the air. Now, what is air? Air is the Earth's atmosphere. Air surrounds us is a mixture of many gases and dust particles. It is the clear gas in which living things live and breathe. It has an indefinite shape and volume, which means it doesn't have any shape, any volume. It doesn't have any color, smell. It only has mass and weight. It is a matter as it has mass and weight. Air creates atmospheric pressure. There is no air in the vacuum of the cosmos. Now children, what is atmosphere? The layer of air surrounding the earth is called the atmosphere. There are 5 layers of the atmosphere. They are exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere and troposphere. So let's see in detail these structure of the atmosphere. First is troposphere. As you can see children in this picture, it is nearest to the earth. This is the portion we live in and is therefore most familiar to us. In the troposphere, on an average, the temperature decreases at the rate of 1 Celsius with every 165 meters. Now the next is stratosphere. Stratosphere, it provides visibility at its finest. Aircraft fly through this layer because it facilitates visibility and easiest fly conditions. Then mesosphere. This layer contains ozone layer, which is an important part of layers of atmosphere. Then comes thermosphere. In the lower part of this layer, iron particles are present, which are electrically charged and play an important role in our wireless communication. And children, before coming to the composition, besides these 5, there is one more sphere known as exosphere. The uppermost layer of the atmosphere is known as exosphere. This layer has very thin air. Light gases like helium and hydrogen float into the space from here. Now comes air and its composition. As I have told you in the beginning that it consists of mainly 2 gases, nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen is indirectly useful to us. Plants absorb nitrogen through soil for their growth and development. Another gas is oxygen. And children, I know everyone is familiar with this gas, isn't it? Why? Because it is known as life supporting gas. Then comes carbon dioxide. It is absorbed by the plants and released by the human beings and animals. Children, one warning is given to us. What is that warning? Increase in carbon dioxide in atmosphere is serious concern for atmosphere. When the carbon dioxide increases in atmosphere, it is a serious matter for the atmosphere. Now, we will quickly switch on to the other topic known as weather and climate. Weather and climate are 2 different things. You might be confused that weather and climate are one and the same, but no, they are 2 different things. Weather refers to the atmospheric conditions in a specific area and time, but climate refers to the typical weather in a region for a long period of time. So, weather is the day-to-day changes in the atmosphere, but climate is a change for a long period of time. So, this is basically the difference between the weather and climate. Now, let us quickly see the elements of weather. There are 5 elements of weather. Wind. What is wind? The movement of air from high pressure area to low pressure areas is called wind. It is the movement of air in the atmosphere. We measure it with the weather vane and anemometer. So, this is the instrument, weather vane and anemometer, with the help of which the wind is measured. Now, another element of weather is atmospheric conditions. It is the weight of air in the atmosphere. We measure it with the barometer in millibars. Another is temperature. This is how hot or cold the air is, and we measure it with thermometer in degrees. So everybody is very much familiar with thermometer, and you might have used this instrument also many a time. Now, another is precipitation. It's the water that falls from clouds, or we can simply say the rainwater is known as precipitation. We measure it with a rain gauge. Now comes humidity. It's the amount of water vapor in the air and we measure it with the hygrometer. So children, with every element I have mentioned the instrument also, how they are measured. Now there are certain factors which affect wind. Let's quickly look through it. Wind is the result of horizontal differences in air pressure. It flows from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. The unequal heating of Earth's surface generates pressure differences. Solar radiation is the ultimate energy source for most wind. Three factors children combine to control wind. What are they? Pressure differences, the Coriolis effect and friction. So these are the factors who control the wind. Now air pressure. What is air pressure? Air pressure is the pressure exerted by the weight of air. Air pressure is exerted in all directions, downwards, upwards and sideways. The air pressure pushing down on an object exactly balances the air pressure pushing up on the object. Now, how this air pressure is measured? A barometer is a device used for measuring air pressure. So, how the air pressure is measured children? Barometer is used to measure the air pressure. When air pressure increases, the mercury in the tube rises, and when air pressure decreases, the height of the mercury column, so does the height of the mercury column decreases, falls down. So children, that is the end of the chapter. I hope you all have understood the chapter. Go through the chapter, read the chapter and write down all the instruments with which the elements of atmospheric pressure, the elements of wind are measured. So children, I want to conclude the chapter by a simple quotation. Dream big, stay positive, work hard and enjoy the journey. So what is your journey children? Your journey has just started. The journey of studies, the journey of exams, and you have to complete this journey with flying colors, good marks. So children, dream big, work hard, stay positive, stay safe and work hard for the upcoming exams. That's all for today children. Good day. Have a nice day.